completely devastated over 150 of the world's major regions and is spreading rapidly. At this point in time, we know of only one method of killing the creatures, to destroy the brain. Be on the guard of any loved ones who may have recently been in any sort of contact with the infected. And if you find yourself in a threatened position, please do not hesitate to act. Again, this is not a test. This is not a joke. We as a species are...
Hi guys, it's the Walking Zero Dead here, king of the anime and manga boxes, and a lover of all things geeky here on YouTube. So this month marks the 20th anniversary of my childhood favourite video game franchise of all time, Resident Evil. I cannot believe it has been 20 years since Resident Evil came out. I was 9 years old playing this game back in the day on the PlayStation 1, and basically this video is going to be like a love letter to Resident Evil. I'm going to mark out big time. I'm going to show you what my top 5 favourite Resident Evil games are, like favourite characters, favourite like creatures, and just basically how I got into Resident Evil. So enjoy guys. So running down my top 5 Resident Evil games, coming in at number 5 is going to be a bit of a controversial game to you guys if you're a big time Resident Evil fan, but I've got explanations why. Number 5 is Resident Evil 4, yo! And a lot of people consider this to be the very best Resident Evil game, and I'm not gonna disagree with you. It is, in terms of gameplay, the very best Resident Evil game there's ever been. Such a great game. It is amazing, full of action. It completely changed up Resident Evil. Now the reason it comes in at number 5 for me is, for me personally, this is where Resident Evil lost its identity. It lost the horror and the suspense and the camera angles. It lost what made Resident Evil cheesy. It lost what gave Resident Evil its charm. It lost the horror. Zombies went out. This game to me is only a Resident Evil game in title alone, and the fact that you've got Leon in this game and like Ada. But I can't take away the fact that it is arguably the greatest third-person action adventure game ever created. It is amazing, and if you haven't checked it out, definitely go get it, because I know on Xbox One and on PlayStation 4 later on this year it will be coming out, but you know, I played it back on the GameCube. Coming in at number 4 is the title that would have been Resident Evil 3 originally, and that's Resident Evil Code Veronica. Really enjoyed this game. It originally came out on like the Dreamcast, and I don't think anybody played it, and then it came out on PS2. What can I say about I love this game? It really is the follow-on of Resident Evil 2, and it is a huge ass game, a really big, great game. You get the return of Wesker, and Wesker comes back with superpowers, so that was a huge shock. Like, holy shit, Wesker's back. You know, you get the return of like Chris Redfield and Claire Redfield, and you know, I just love the fact you can dual wield weapons in this one with like handguns and those little sort of machine gunny type things. But yeah, I really enjoyed this Resident Evil game. I think it's one of those like very underappreciated, not main numbered titles. What is this? Blood. I hope this isn't Chris's blood. Number 3, the original Resident Evil. Personally, I prefer the director's cut just because there's like little alterations in it that I kind of liked. How I got into this, the original Resident Evil, back when I was 9 years old. Man, this is like, I was 15, I always thought it was an 18, but I remember like I was back in like middle school, and some of my best friends like Bud and Buddha and Dibley, I was still on like the Dreamcast, but these guys all got the PlayStation. They were talking about Resident Evil like dinner times, and I was sort of like the odd man out, like still playing like Mario and fucking Sonic and shit, and they're talking about, oh, have you faced like the giant shark or the giant like snake, or have you seen like Forrest get pecked to death by the crows, you know, that whole sort of like stuff. And I was like, what are you guys playing? What is this game? And I remember it was like, my birthday's in like November, so it's right next to Christmas, so I was just like, oh please, to my parents, please get me a PlayStation 1, I need this game Resident Evil. And I remember when I got the PlayStation, like Resident Evil was like 50 quid at the time, and I couldn't get it, so I got like Aliens and Reloaded, and I was like well disappointed, but then for Christmas they bought me Resident Evil, and holy shit, I just fell in love with this franchise. It's what made me a fan of zombies like Night of the Dead and Dawn of the Dead and The Walking Dead and Resident Evil, and me and my brother just always used to play Resident Evil 1. So my number 2 spot goes to Resident Evil 2. Now this game in every way is better than the original Resident Evil. It's bigger, you get scenario A and scenario B with both characters, so many more epic moments, loads of boss fights, new enemies, new weapons, and I remember this game, how I got this game back in the day. I used to be really good at like high jumping, like athletics, and I was so good that I was put onto like this course, like this athletic course or some shit, and I really didn't want to do it, and then my mum bargained with me like, I'll buy you Resident Evil 2 on the release date if you go to this like 6-week summer holiday athletics camp sort of thing, and I was like, yeah, that's definitely worth Resident Evil 2, I'm not gonna lie. And I just remember me and my brother always used to play this game, and I used to session it so bad. I think my best time with like Leon, like first scenario, was like an hour and 40 minutes, which I think is a pretty decent time to be fair. But yo, I cannot wait for the Resident Evil 2 remake. I'm really looking forward to what do they do. Do they go with the old school remake style of fixed camera angles, or are they going to go with the Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil Revelations 2 kind of style? Obviously there's no information out at the moment really what they're going to do, but I'm mega hyped for this game because it is incredible. So my all-time favourite Resident Evil game is the Resident Evil Remake, which originally came out on GameCube. I've also bought this on like Xbox Live. I downloaded it and you know it got a massive resurgence. I then bought the Resident Evil Origins collection as well, and I also bought the Japanese import of Biohazard Remake on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, sorry. So you know I'm a huge fan of this remake. I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say it is the greatest remade game ever made. It just steps it up, man. There was so much atmosphere, and I went into this game as like a Resident Evil veteran. I played everything, and this game just shook it up. It brought back the sort of suspense and fear and horror elements to this game, and I loved it. And you know, they brought in new enemies, new bosses. They brought in self-defense weapons. This game just looked absolutely beautiful with that pre-rendered background. I mean, even to this day, it looks beautiful on like Xbox and PS4. I mean, holy shit, this is a good game. You should definitely go download this because I think it's on like PSN store right now for like, I think it's like 20% off it. It is, highly recommend you go check it out. It's a beautiful, beautiful game. So guys, in the comment section down below, I want to know what are your top 5 Resident Evil games and who your top 5 characters, and what is your all-time favourite Resident Evil moment. For me, if I'm going to go with my favourite Resident Evil moment, it's got to be from Resident Evil 1, where, you know, we get the plot twist where Wesker, like, betrays the Alpha team. And when you're 9 years old, you didn't see this coming, or at least I didn't. I was like, oh man, Wesker, you fucking traitor! And then when he takes you to the lab and the Tyrant explodes out of the pod and just, bah! Just fucking fists him with his claw through the chest and ruins him, and you think, holy shit, was that an epic moment. And that's always stayed with me as my favourite Resident Evil moment. There's so much nostalgia to it. It's gory and fucked up and brilliant. And if I'm going to go top 5 characters, I think I'm going to have to go like Chris Redfield as number 5, just because he's a bit of a badass sort of like character. Claire Redfield's probably going to be like my 4th favourite character. She's like, I don't know, I think she's really underappreciated under Jill. I think they're like 1A and 1B, so technically I'm going to go, next character would have to be Jill Valentine. She's the badass chick of the series. I really didn't like what they did with her in Resident Evil 5, the whole bleaching her hair and the stone thing inside of her. You know, she kind of lost her identity after like Resident Evil 3, which was like brilliant. Then if we're going to go next, I've always been a lover of Barry Burton and the Colt Python, just because Barry is this man-bear of a human being with this dirty great hand cannon. And Barry's a badass, I mean, how can you not like Barry Burton? And then my favourite character, this may be a bit of a generic answer, but it's going to be Wesker. Yo, Albert Wesker. You've got to love a guy that's full of like charisma, a villain that's full of charisma and sort of like this calm, collected, but a little bit of cockiness to him. And the fact that, you know, he betrays Alpha Team and he comes back and he's got these superpowers with the speed and the super strength. He's just an unstoppable tank, and man, they're my favourite characters. I want to know what are your favourite characters and your favourite moment and favourite games.
Oh, Barry!
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right.
So that's been my 20th anniversary little love letter to Resident Evil, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it the old thumbs up. Please share it around, subscribe, go check out some of my anime, comic books, other video game stuff, Walking Dead stuff that I do, and may the sun never set on the British anime empire.
There are only 3 STARS members left now. Captain Wesker, Jill, and myself. We don't know where Barry is.
Chris Redfield. Jill Valentine. Barry Burton. Resident Evil.